How's it, folks? There is a new AC Mirage video that has just released explaining how their goal for this game is to return to the roots of Assassin's Creed, and this video focused on the parkour, stealth and assassinations you can expect from the game. I will link the full 5-minute video in the description. However, I want to point out some little details and some worries I have after watching it, as well as some areas I'm excited on making a return to Assassin's Creed after losing its identity. Let's start with the parkour, as it has what I have the most concerns about. Firstly, I'm hearing a lot about how it's meant to be inspired by Unity, but it looks exactly the same as Origins, just slightly sped up. Basim is definitely faster than Eivor, but that isn't saying much, as Eivor is the slowest moving protagonist, and Basim still has the little pauses when jumping or leaping between objects. Also, they make a big deal about bringing back vaulting, however, that was in Origins. Never mind almost all of the games before that. Also, there was no mention of back or side ejecting or even manual jumping. With them bringing up Ezio specifically, they really should have emphasized an increase in player control, and not talking about it makes it seem that it might be as railroaded as the RPG games compared to the earlier titles they claim to be inspired by. It seemed like they focused on the idea of getting to the roofs quickly, like taking a rope lift that had been present since early games. Having said all that, I do enjoy that it appears that parkour will become more viable and that the city has been designed with fast movement in mind. It is also cool to see more of the cloth physics in action, and I am really glad that it is present and hope it will continue to be so in future titles. When it comes to parkour, it seems like they want to go back to the roots, but are not including any of the ways that mastering parkour made it truly enjoyable. So it might just be marketing speech to keep bringing up inspired by when they don't implement anything from those games. Next up, they brought up changes to stealth, and this made me a lot more excited for the game. Some notable things worth mentioning from this section are that your eagle can be shot down by marksmen on the rooftops, which will likely mean the eagle will be out of action for a certain period of time, and what I will do then is to make sure that guard doesn't survive for shooting down my bird. I think I'll probably make it a mandatory rule that if the bird ever gets shot down, I need to make a beeline for that guard, ignoring everything else until they are dealt with, regardless of how difficult that will make my situation. There are new guard archetypes, including spear handlers, which will stab haystacks when searching for Basim, as well as armored guards that you will need to attack from behind. And this is likely showing that vaulting over the guard's back and stabbing from behind shown in the previous gameplay trailer. Social stealth also makes a bigger return, with you being able to blend in with groups of people more easily. They have also reintroduced bribing guards, and you can hire various factions to assist you, such as sneaking into restricted areas or past guard posts. The final section covered by the video is their focus on assassinations. There will be bureau hubs scattered around Baghdad where you will pick up missions and start your investigations. Speaking of investigations, they have apparently been completely revamped, with you needing to learn more about your target before striking them down. There was also mention of new assassination animations, as well as a return of the bench assassinations, which I don't think I have done since Ezio. And of course, black box missions are making a return, with you choosing how you want to approach your assassination. Some other minor little details I noticed from watching the video is that firstly, Basim's outfit is clearly different from the gameplay trailer shown earlier, where he had leather shoulder guards, whereas in some of the footage shown here, he's lacking one of the leather pauldrons. So maybe he's still an initiate or hasn't started upgrading his gear yet, which may suggest it's possible to get new pieces of gear. Which I do like seeing as it's always nice to see some visible progression on your character that isn't skill based. It also appears that levels will still be in the game one way or another, with suggested ranks for an area as shown in the clip of the marksman shooting the bird. The ability to pickpocket also seems to be coming back, with the social stealth clip shown here. They also specifically mention Basim learning the creed and philosophy at Alamut, where he is trained by his mentor Roshan. So hopefully this means the return of an Assassin's Creed game actually playing and feeling like an AC game rather than a demigod or Viking Raider simulator. While making this video, I came across this post for the Ubisoft event, which if you watch for 45 minutes on Twitch, you will gain access to the Oasis Initiate of Alamut Die for AC Mirage, which confirms there will be some sort of outfit customization in the game. I'll have the link down in the description. And the last point I wish to bring up is that this is clearly a game marketed and designed for AC fans, with them bringing up the nostalgia filter, and the fans that wish for a return to the older style of games like myself, when Assassin's Creed actually had an identity rather than reinventing everything for the next game and ignoring what made the previous one great. So I have high hopes for AC Mirage and will keep a close eye on it, with what looks like the next episode featuring a focus on combat. So if you want to hear me give a breakdown for that video as well, then clap that subscribe button. If you noticed anything else I missed, let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care and cheers for now.